Hello, my name's Eric, and I am addicted to life. I wrote a book called Be Addicted to Life. I honestly believe that it's a battle, whether we are struggling through our addictions or it's a battle to learn how to use them. No matter what we do, we have to choose the battle that we want. What side of the battle do we want to be on? Growing up in the addiction that I did, I had to learn a lot. One of the things that I had to learn was that I was the problem. And that in that idea itself, that I became the solution. I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and so established this very solid moral foundation in my life. However, it kept me out of a lot of the things that I was good at. Like, I didn't play a whole lot of sports. So when I started playing sports in junior high, in high school, I was a junior in high school, I found out I was really good. And it kind of opened my world, and my world changed. I started using drugs and alcohol, and it all just kind of went one thing after another. My identity became Eric was a partier. He always knew where the party was, and I thought partying meant we have a good time. And if I was the crazy one, then people were paying attention to me. So I kind of wanted to be the problem child. I didn't want to be the solution. I just wanted attention. Now, in this quest for attention and just wanting to be a kid for the rest of my life, I continued to follow down the path of, the destruction that addiction brings into one's life. Eventually, I got clean. December 28th, 2013, I spent a very symbolic 5 months in jail and 4 months in rehab. So this is a 9 months that I was born into a new life. And in this new life, I have learned many lessons on what it is to be addicted to life. I've been able to take my addictions and funnel them constructively. I've became second place as a national championship winner in the obstacle course racing national championships. And that was in 2019. I've also built myself into a great salesperson, made 6 figures. I was eating out of a trash can, and then I become a second place national championship athlete and obstacle course racing, a life coach. I've went all over the place. I've been all over the country being able to live my passions out. And then I've educated myself so that I've learned that the same obsession that destroyed my life and everyone around me has been able to construct a life that I'm addicted to. Waking up in the morning, that I love waking up. I love being alive. Why would I want to fall asleep and just stay in bed when I have this amazing chance to build memories and to become better and be curious about my potential in life? That's what it means to be addicted to life, and that's what I want for you. One of the first steps to do this is understanding that you are the problem. Taking massive responsibility in our life is vitally important. When we go from being a boy or a child to being an adult, there are certain things we must do. And by the way, there's tons of people out there that are 40-year-old children. They have a 40-year-old body, but they have a child mindset. If you are blaming other people for your life, if all you do is complain and you don't come up with solutions, then chances are you still have this childish mindset where you are afraid to get in trouble, so you lied and you said it was this person's fault. When something good happened, you took all the credit and you didn't tell the truth on who else helped contribute to this. When we take full responsibility for our lives, that means that even when it's clearly someone else's fault, you're thinking, how could I have changed that outcome? Where was I at fault? And then you are coming up with solutions. So when you enter into that situation later, that it's different. It's different because you took responsibility the last time, and this time you have the responsibility and the solution for change. If we want to change in life, we must take full responsibility. We must become aware, we must educate ourselves, and then we will grow. I believe that all living things grow. If we are not growing, we have to ask the question, we must ask the question, why? What's wrong? We need our brains, we need our spirit, we need our body, we need to get bigger, faster, stronger, solve more problems, communicate better, learn how to take more responsibility, because ultimately we go from dependence into independence. We go from not being able to take care of anyone, needing people to care for us, to growing into the people that not only are taking care of themselves, but are also taking care of others. We might grow into have a business. We might find a way to give back because the pains that we've experienced in life have now become our passions. And we've taken our pains, turned them into passions, and now we have purpose. And we're tackling life like it's a battle. We are going to war. We are learning how to fight. We are learning how to strategize, and we are learning how to win. This is exciting. I mean, I just can't wait for addicts all around the world to stop looking at themselves like they have a disease, like they have a problem, like they need some medicine to control this or control that. But they look at themselves like, I have a gift. God made me this way and it's awesome, and I'm so glad that I learned how to use this, because it is only in learning how to use these gifts in my life that I've learned how to really blossom, how I grew into who I was created to be. And people look in admiration at us just because we've learned how to do these things, and it starts with taking responsibility for our life. Because only in taking responsibility for our life can we become the solution for our life. If we want to be addicted to life, it's going to be a battle. It just depends on what side do you want to fight on. Do you want to fight for the solution, or do you want to fight for the problem? Are you going to train? Are you going to train your mind, train your body, and train your spirit so that you can win the battle? Are you going to take responsibility to rise up, put the armor on, and go to war against the adversary in life? Or are you going to sit back and blame the world for your problems? Are you going to blame the addiction? Are you going to blame the disease? Are you going to blame your upbringing? Are you going to blame anything possible to protect yourself from the pain that is the realization that you are the responsibility? That it's your responsibility to rise up to the occasion and win the battle of life so that you can be addicted.